Hi, just having a look at the trades that were offered using the liquidity sentiment indicator today, and I just wanted to start with the what we saw in Bitcoin over the President's weekend. If we just take it down, we can just see over the period of the day. I'm looking at the half hour here. I'm looking at the half hour, and we can see over the half hour that generally we're sitting in quite loose liquidity before it's bouncing around, and then it's dropped, and we've now got a bit of reactive liquidity. It's dropped into this low liquidity zone, and it's coming back up. Don't know whether it's going to come back up into that volume node, but it's definitely got a little bit further to rise up. But we could see that it was setting up through Monday for a dump. There was nothing really to see in gold for the day. If we look at gold, it's come from some reactive liquidity and then has just slowly fallen back. The option market was suggesting that it was going to go, so it's falling back, but there was nothing that was really stood out to say let's trade that. It's always good to have a look during the day where the trades are, but silver was a different matter. Silver's had the same sort of reaction before the opening yesterday in the Asian markets, and then slowly during the day it's just tightened and tightened. And even if you missed this first bit of this bump, there was a great entry here, as we don't see any price discovery yet. We've seen that tightening and tightening, and slowly it's just moved up during the day into a looser place, but really it's not loose. If we go out and we have a look at the longer time periods here, this is just looking at the hour, we really haven't hit any of this higher, this looser area yet. Great trade there, and the trade was in the order of 1.5% if you traded it for the day, which is a great grab. Having a look through the indexes, there was a little bit of a trade here in the Russell. We can see that slowly it became tighter and tighter. You had to see out a little bit of a seesaw there, which might have put you off during the trading day. But again, it's just slowly traded through, and if we looked in a really low time zone, it offered quite a good trade into the close. Not as good as some of the other indexes, but it's quite tight before it's loosened up a little bit. But at this time, you might have decided the best of the indexes was by far the SPY, and it was into the close today. There's not a lot to see in the longer data. This just looks a little bit reactionary, but we have seen that it's been tightening over and having good price discovery over the Globex yesterday. But if we look at it just in the lit hours in the American market, it's come off hard at the start. And it's sort of bounced around, but it's really stayed down quite tight until we've come into the last hour, and it's just sat there going sideways. I don't know if this is the result of good earnings, but anyway, it's just tightened and tightened and tightened, and this was just a great little grab of some 30, 25 pips. And in a hard day's chop, unless you pick this first trade for the day, which I couldn't see in any of the time periods. There's a little bit in the time layer. There's a little bit of longer dated loose liquidity riding through, but apart from this rise up into the situation, it's not a deadly obvious one. We can see here it's risen to being looser and looser at the open, but I wouldn't have thought that it was going to get that sort of pullback. There's definitely no real reaction in the VIX. The VIX was quite red yesterday. Anyway, those were the trades that I saw today in small grabs, small scalps using the liquidity indicator.